Hello everyone, welcome back to Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your long-lost host, Eric, and this week we are talking about the end of times. This topic was suggested to us by many different people over several different messages. Very first thing I want to talk about is what I personally believe. What I personally believe is we are not going to know if or when the end of the world is going to happen. And in that, what I mean by that is the end of mankind. Because the end of the world, thinking as a species that we have the power to destroy the actual planet itself, is a little out there. Just because at some point the planet will no longer be able to support our life form does not mean the planet itself will cease to exist or cease to have life on it. So very first off, I want to put that out there. Now, as it comes to things like the Mayan calendar ending in 2012, I think they probably either ran out of stone, or, not actually ran out of stone, but ran out of space on the stone they were working on, got to a point and went, yeah, that's a long way off, and just decided we'll pick it back up later. And, of course, as many people know, the Mayan civilization has not survived to this day, so nobody else has worked on it any farther. The end of the world as being just some altering form of enlightenment, I personally doubt it. God, that'd be nice, but I personally doubt that that's going to be the case. When it comes to things like my path as a Norse heathen, I've been told and read many stories on Ragnarok, and my personal belief on Ragnarok and other various end of days scenarios is that, generally speaking, it's a metaphor. It's a changing of events. Things will change, and life will continue to change, and life will continue to be here. It's just a shift in the paradigm, or a change in understanding or way of thinking. The best way I can explain this is during the Inquisition, which many pagans are still upset about for some reason. I understand it was a terrible time. The burning times were not a great time to be anyone but a Christian. And we spent plenty of time persecuting them too. I mean, not publicly, but I wouldn't doubt in any way, shape, or form that it happened. Back to the point at hand, when Christianity started to take over and the pagans started to not so much die out but go into hiding, there was a paradigm shift there. And if any of you know anything about Ragnarok, the old gods die and the new gods take over. In Ragnarok, which is preceded by 3 solid winters with no summer in between, and becomes the Norse gods fight other Norse gods and giants and children of giants and various things, and Odin dies, and Tyr dies, and Thor dies, and Frigg, I think, also dies. And then the sons of Odin and the children of the gods take over, and they do their thing, and they avenge their parents' death and become the new gods. Well, when Christianity took over for the pagans, I think that happened already. And I think with the new resurgence of the old religions, it's happening again. Perhaps a lot more slowly and far less violently, which I definitely have to say that I'm okay with it going that way. But I think that the dying out of the old gods and the coming in of the new gods, and this video is exceedingly long and I'm sorry about that, but I think that's more along the lines of what they're talking about. So the end of the world, I don't think it's nearly what everybody else thinks it's going to be. At any rate, these are my opinions and this is how I view the subject. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below and I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for having me back. And of course, until next time, Odin be with you.